Hey friends, so today we're making a really fun, tasty, decadent dish. It's a pasty. Let's cook. Okay, so I've got my veg and everything chopped here. All I'm going to do, I'm going to take a big pot like this, get that nice and hot, and we're going to add some olive oil into the pan. Now that the olive oil's got nice and hot, what I'm going to add is a finely diced red onion. In with the red onion, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon's worth of garlic granules. Here we've got a teaspoon's worth of thyme, a big pinch of salt, and you want about 2 teaspoons worth of freshly cracked black pepper. When I'm making pasties, and they're like a traditional English style pasty, similar to a Cornish pasty, but I'm not going to claim that. I like to add quite a lot of pepper because that gives it the kind of spicy feel that I think you get with like a traditional English pasty. Okay, that's already smelling delicious. So what we've got here is 220 grams of grain mince. Now grain mince is made of like lentils, sunflower seeds, things like that. You can use like a frozen soy mince if you want, or you can use the dried type of soy mince as long as you rehydrate that first. But I like a really simple grain mince because they're really, really nice and healthy. So 200 grams of that going in the pan. I'm just gonna give that a little stir. And then over here we've got 1 large peeled white potato. We're going to add that in, just those little diced cubes of it. And here we've got 1/4 of a swede. So just peeled the swede, chopped it into 1/4, and then diced it up like so. I'm going to add that into the pan as well. So I'm also going to add in 1 small finely diced carrot and 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Okay, now I'm going to give that a stir, combine all that together. And I'm just going to add in 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to give it another stir, mix all that water in. Fantastic. And then all we're going to do is just pop the lid on. We're going to let it simmer away for about 10 minutes. Now that this has been simmering away for 10 minutes, we're just going to remove the lid. It's going to be all really thickened up. There's going to be barely any moisture in there now. That's fantastic. We're going to completely take it off the heat. And then we're just going to leave this to really cool down. You want it to get down to like room temperature. While the mixture's just getting to room temperature, we're going to start to prepare the pastry. So I'm going to take some just plain white flour and dust our surface really, really generously. Make sure you're just not going to stick it all. That's fantastic. And then also a little bit on our hands and some on the pin as well, covered on all areas. Then here we've got just ready, like just roll pastry, already vegan, super simple. It's really nice, it's rewarding to make your own pastry, but in terms of how much time you've got, like how long it's taken me to actually open this packet, it's just a no-brainer for me. I just use already made pastry. So we're using short crust today. So we're gonna pop that block on there. Give the top of it a little bit of dusting as well. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my knife and I'm actually going to just chop it into 3. When I'm using this kind of block, I think it's never quite enough to get 4 pastries out of it. So I'm going to make 3 out of it today. I'll pop those 2 to one side, kind of redust the surface, and I'm actually just going to roll it into a ball. Fantastic. Take the ball, press it down a little bit, take your rolling pin, just get them out of the way. And we're just going to roll it into a disc. Okay, there we go. It doesn't need to be super accurate. It doesn't need to be a perfect circle or anything. Now you just want to repeat that process with the other 2 blocks. So now I'm going to take a baking tray lined with some parchment. I'm going to put the pastry on top of there. Fantastic. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to show you on the first one, is take a spoon and we're going to spoon some of the mixture in there, keeping it just to 1/2 because obviously you're going to fold it over. Now this bit's a measure of your nerve. You want it nice and full, but you also obviously want it to be able to close it. So you want to leave a really good border around the outside. But, you know, you got to think, how much filling can I really get in there? What we're going to do now is just fold that over on itself. We're going to give that a pull. There we go. And we're just going to pinch this edge down so that we make sure we know we've sealed it. So pinch it down quite firmly at first, like this. And then what I'm going to do, now that it's fully closed, I'm just going to take my finger and thumb around the edge and I'm just going to really start to crimp it together, make sure that it's all really nice and tight. But what's going to happen as well is these little bits that I'm crimping together are going to get super, super crunchy in the oven, and it's going to give it a great texture as you bite into it. Now that's all crimped together, I'm going to take some plant-based milk. I'm going to brush the top of the pasty. Now a little tip for you, if you haven't got a brush, just use some paper towel, be nice and gentle, and it'll be really, really easy. You're doing this for a couple of reasons. So one is, you don't want loads of flour on top of the pasty because it's really, really heavily floured on top. It's not going to be nice to bite into. It's going to be, well, floury. And it's going to have like a bit of a chalky texture to it, and that's not great. So what I'm going to do, I'm dabbing it with this milk, and then I really, really love a very salty taste when I bite into that pastry. It's got to be nice and crispy, and it's got to be nice and salty. So this plant-based milk is going to make some of the salt stick to the outer skin of the pasty as I just season it like so. And you want to just repeat that process with the other two pasties. They're going to go in the oven for 25 minutes on 180°C. So that's been in the oven for 25 minutes on 180°C. And when we get it out now, you're going to see it's going to be nice and crispy on the outside. It's going to be really nice and crunchy. That's fantastic. I'm going to cut into it just to show you. There we go. That's fantastic. You can see delicious inside, all of that filling packed in there. That's why it's a brave man's game in terms of how much you're going to put in there, because the risk versus reward is definitely there. You want a packed pasty. Give this one a go at home. Drop me a comment below, let me know how you get on. I can't wait to hear all of your pasty triumphs and maybe some epic fails even. But make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time, friends, most importantly, be nice to each other, and goodbye.